learning how to be proving the people that believe in you right? So for me, growing up, I always knew, I was playing the game like against all odds, right? Always playing the game 20 points down, always kind of having that chip on my shoulder and things like that. And then I realized, in order for me to be the champion, why don't I just be more positive? Why don't I just, everything has to be positive. If anything is negative that comes in my way, I can't think about it. I can't even be around that person. It's like if someone were to come up to me today and say like, so do you think you're going to win the show again? Now I know that's a question that some of you probably asked, but my mindset is, well, what? Are you effing blind? Like, are you crazy? Like, of course I'm going to win. I don't have to really tell myself that. I've already owned that as long as I do my best effort and I put myself in the best position to win, I should have great results. And I just make sure that all my friends, I have all my crew with me, that we maintain a good positive environment, and anything we all do, we all come from different walks of life. You're gonna have a couple crappy days here and there, but I always play life by the percentages and say, well, if I were to have, let's say, out of a 31-day month, if I had 2 or 3 bad days, that's still over 90%. Good. And I think that's what we should focus on, is the good part. If you play it by the percentages, if someone were to say 75% of your life is going to be excellent, I think that's pretty good, don't you think? And I think a lot of the time, we focus so much on the negative part, but yet expect positive results. It's almost like an uphill battle, it makes almost no sense. So, for me to win the 2012 Mr. Olympia, I had to really realize that a lot of people were going to root for the other guy. I was the other guy at one point, when I was climbing up the ranks, and Jay and Ronnie were going after it, and then Jay finally won, and everybody was going to say, like, well, Phil's going to come after it. I can only imagine the things that they told Jay, like, this guy's going to beat you one day, and he was like, well, hell no, and he's not going to beat you. I'm the champ, I'm the best, you just saw him up here. That's the mentality you have to have. But, and now I have to own that as well, and realize that it's not a cockiness, it's not an arrogance. It may come off as that a little bit, but anything that we're very passionate about, and we're intelligent about, and we're really good at, I think you should be excited about it. You should be able to feel strong and say, well, I am going to get that job. I am going to ace that test. I don't think we all prepare to lose. And, it's one of those things where I always try to remind myself that I'm going to prepare to put myself in the best position to win, and I expect success. I expect the best out of me. I'm not going to go to the gym and say, well, I'm going to go halfway today, but expect 100% of gains. It's like a complete waste of time. I've gone to the gym and felt like, that 100 pounds weight 200, but then I had to tell myself, like, either going to get better or you're going to get worse. There's no in between. But I will say this, like, after winning the 2012 Mr. Olympia, I was very relieved. I was able to enjoy some time with my family and friends. And that was one thing that I really wanted to focus on after winning the first one, was to enjoy this journey and to really enjoy the people around it, to enjoy the fans a whole lot more. I mean, I'm 33 years old, and I realized that I've only got, maybe 7-8 years left in the sport competitively. So my goal is to really, try to inspire as many people as I can, to try to answer as many questions as I can, to provide, immense amount of motivation, inspiration, and to really just always have a smile on my face, because, when I was playing basketball, I didn't realize that at some point that was going to be gone. It was going to be kind of taken away. And, I didn't watch a game for like 3 years after I got done playing. And I hope and pray that, like, when I'm done bodybuilding, I can still come to these events and still have a smile on my face. And it's just the legacy that I'm going to leave behind is based on your involvement. And, because when you guys wave those lines for me and Jay and stuff like that, I just think, wow, like, it's so crazy. Like, I could never imagine being Mr. Olympia, but also meeting each and every one of you and having such nice things say to me, that I get to take back with me to Colorado to, push me through every rep, every set, every meal that I don't want to eat, like every freaking fish meal that guys like me and Jay have to eat. I hate my fish, by the way, and it's just one of those things I'm like, well, I got to do it because I just met this guy the other day that says he does the same thing in my videos. So I'm thinking, well, I have no choice, right? But, really, I just wanted to say, I really appreciate you all. I just want to say thank you, to all that have attended. Thank you for the LA Fit Expo for having me and my crew. and to definitely, watch out, because there's no way in hell that Jay's going to win number 5. That's my mentality. I respect him. I love him to death. But, my goal is to, be bigger and better than I was last year, and to be smarter while I'm doing it. My day right now, I'm weighing 265 up. And I'm just starting my off season. After the Olympia, I decided to actually take the whole month of December off. That was something that I haven't done before, and the reason behind it was that I was just dead tired. And I think a lot of times people will ask, is it okay to take days off, this and that? Well, if you're as tired as I was, your body needs a rest. So what I did do is I would go to the gym a couple days a week just to get some cleanup work done, do some different workouts, and really just focusing on more of the recovery aspect, because anyone that bodybuilds or anyone that lifts, I think if we were to raise our hands and say, well, we all work hard, we're all about gaining muscle and getting lean, but how many of us really think about the recovery aspect of bodybuilding? How do we decrease the soreness? How do we decrease, the aches and pains in our joints and ligaments? And the main thing I did was I realized that I got to be smarter than Jay, I got to be smarter than Kai, I got to be smarter than Branch and all these other guys, and realize that if I can recover faster than all of them, even though they have 10 plus years in age and also experience, then I can come back that next day even more efficient, so then I can continue to improve. So currently I actually get active release therapy, I get full massage, I get acupuncture, I get decompression, I have infrared sauna in my house. I actually do hyperbaric therapy as well. That's something I didn't really share with anybody last year for the Olympia, but I've been doing that, giving that a go, and I'd say collectively it's given me a great chance of retaining the title and to keep my body very fresh, and really just learning more about different stretching and different supplements that I can take to help rejuvenate everything, because after turning 30, things started changing, and now I'm 33, and I think a lot of things are changing, and I realized that I'm not 23, 25 years old, so I got to take care of my body. I got to make sure that I'm taking tons of fish oils and vitamin C and reducing inflammation everywhere, because my joints hurt all the time. So even when I'm standing up, signing autographs, taking pictures with people, you should see me afterwards. I'm like laying down flat, like I'm just dying. But learning how to recover is definitely going to, keep me in the gym longer and more efficient. But, hey, I'm just really thankful at this point that I've had no injuries. I've had small little ones, but knocking on wood right now, I hope I can stay healthy so that I can put out my best effort yet. And, I'm doing it for you guys. I'm doing it for, my family. I'm doing it for my sponsors. But I'm doing it for the people that truly believe in the sport and guys like me. So with that, I just want to say thank you. I really want to just open this up for questions. I know there's a lot of people that probably want to ask some. If you're bashful, well, let's get over that right now. There's no stupid question, to me anyway. I may smirk at you a little bit, but I'll do my best at answering them for you.
Okay, we got a guy with microphones here, so if people have questions, they can come on up. We'll take questions for Phil. Don't be shy. Coming up.
First of all, thank you for being here. I definitely appreciate it. All right, so you did a perfect question. Yeah, that's what I'm a competitive basketball player, not just pickup, but actually. Right. So if you were treated, what would be your ideal hybrid bodybuilding / basketball player? But take me to the next level.
The biggest thing that I realized playing basketball, and my first year of bodybuilding, I was still playing hoops on the weekends, and I thought it was pretty cool, like walking in the gym, a little bit more muscular. But the biggest thing I learned was doing front squats and doing power cleans and hang cleans and even overhead squats. Just developing more explosiveness. And for me, it was perfect, because being 5'9", going against real tall guys, you got to be able to elevate. And I already had a good vertical. I was 40-inch vertical, so I had to make sure that I was more durable to go through people and be more powerful while I'm doing that. I would also say doing some shoulder work, because I remember, trying to head screens and stuff like that. I'm running into big guys all the time and trying to get over them, and I knew that having those, big shoulders, like if some guy, like if I was doing a move on you, I'd get his jab working. The only other thing that I realized is when I first started out, and I was trying to do a little bit of both, is you didn't do a lot of back work. But I would say you definitely have to have a good, strong core. So doing maybe some type of CrossFit stuff, hand cleans, power cleans, making sure that the Russian deadlift, making sure your lower back is good, because you got to think getting in the defensive stance, you know, that lower back's going to get tight, you know, and your glutes are also going to have to make sure that they're in shape as well. So getting a lot of good stretching. Foam rolling really helps with that. Also working with hip flexors, making sure those